Have you ever noticed that the older you get, the less often you visit people? Maybe you used to enjoy dropping by a friend's house unannounced, joining every gathering, or staying constantly connected. But gradually, something changes. You begin to second-guess whether going out is worth the effort, and those casual visits don't feel as essential as they once did. And guess what? That's perfectly normal. In this video, I'll share 6 genuine reasons why I stopped visiting others as often, and why you might feel the same. This isn't about becoming antisocial or cutting yourself off. It's about understanding that as you grow older, your priorities evolve, relationships change, and how you spend your time becomes more meaningful than ever. If you felt this shift, but couldn't quite put it into words, you're in the right place. Stick around until the end, because these insights might change the way you see yourself, your friendships, and your life choices, helping you feel confident, clear, and genuinely comfortable about the decisions you make. Let's dive right in. Reason 1. Prioritizing energy for meaningful interactions. As you get older, you start noticing something important. Your energy isn't limitless. Activities that once seemed effortless, like driving across town for casual chats or attending every gathering, now feel draining and less appealing. It's not that you don't care about spending time with people. Rather, you're becoming more selective about where your energy goes. When you're younger, socializing often means maintaining as many connections as possible, attending events, dropping by to see friends, or just staying in touch. But over time, your perspective shifts. You start valuing the quality of interactions over quantity. Casual visits and small talk lose their appeal because you'd rather invest your energy in relationships that genuinely uplift and recharge you. Think about it. Have you ever returned home from a visit feeling tired and unfulfilled, questioning why you even went in the first place? Maybe you forced yourself into conversations that didn't interest you, or spent time around people who didn't truly appreciate your presence. There comes a point when you realize your time and energy are precious, and not everyone deserves access to them. Take Frank, for example. He used to attend every gathering out of a sense of obligation, but eventually realized he felt drained by superficial interactions. So he decided to prioritize relationships that truly mattered. People who uplifted him, understood him, and made interactions feel meaningful rather than exhausting. By doing this, Frank transformed socializing from an obligation into a genuine pleasure. Choosing to spend less energy on casual encounters isn't about isolating yourself. It's about making intentional decisions to nurture relationships that add joy, meaning, and comfort to your life. Reason 2. Avoiding unnecessary stress and negativity. One important lesson you learn as you get older is that not every interaction deserves your emotional energy. Maybe there was a time when you put up with negative conversations, gossip, or petty conflicts just to stay connected. But as the years pass, you start valuing your peace of mind over maintaining every relationship. It's not about turning away from people. It's about protecting your emotional well-being. You reach a point where arguing over small issues, revisiting past disagreements, or tolerating negativity simply isn't worth it. If a visit leaves you feeling stressed, anxious, or drained, you naturally start asking yourself, why am I doing this? Think about those times when you left a gathering feeling exhausted, drained by listening to constant complaining or negativity. Maybe you visited someone out of obligation only to find yourself caught in conversations filled with gossip or criticism. At a certain age, you understand clearly that time spent in toxic environments is time you can never reclaim, and you deserve better. Take Helen, for instance. She used to visit certain family members regularly, even though she always felt emotionally drained afterward. Every gathering had tension, subtle digs, or lingering conflicts. Finally, she decided enough was enough. She chose instead to spend time with people who appreciated and respected her, making socializing enjoyable again, rather than exhausting. Avoiding unnecessary stress and negativity isn't selfish, it's wise. The people who genuinely care about you won't insist on your presence if it means sacrificing your happiness. Recognizing that you don't owe anyone your peace of mind is not rude. It's a sign of maturity and respect for your own emotional health. Reason 3. Comfort and value of staying at home. There's a special comfort about being home that's hard to replace. As the years go by, the space you've created for yourself, filled with your favorite things and your familiar routines, becomes increasingly important. It's not that you've become unsociable. Rather, you've learned to genuinely appreciate the peace and ease of your own surroundings. When you're younger, you might feel pressure to constantly go out, attend gatherings, or visit friends to keep up socially. But over time, something changes. The effort involved in leaving your comfortable space, getting ready, traveling, and making small talk in unfamiliar places starts to feel more exhausting than enjoyable. Think about it. Waking up in your own bed, sipping coffee from your favorite cup, and moving through the day at your own pace has a quiet joy of its own. There's no pressure to entertain, no need to adjust to another person's schedule, just the peaceful comfort of your personal environment. Consider Bill, who used to feel obligated to visit friends frequently, even when those visits felt tiring. Eventually, he realized that going out felt less like fun and more like a chore. So he started inviting people to his home instead, on his terms. Suddenly, socializing felt enjoyable again, because it happened within a space where he felt comfortable and relaxed. Choosing to spend more time at home isn't about isolation or avoiding others. It's about valuing the comfort you've spent years cultivating and recognizing that true fulfillment doesn't always require stepping outside your door. Reason 5. Personal reflection and shift in priorities. As you get older, your perspective on life begins to shift. The things that once seemed important, keeping up with every social event, maintaining a wide network of friends, or always being available, start to lose their significance. Instead, you find yourself focusing on what truly matters: peace, fulfillment, and the freedom to choose how you spend your time. In your younger years, there may have been a sense of obligation to say yes to every invitation, to always be present, and to keep up with social expectations. But as time goes on, you start to question, is this what truly makes me happy? Instead of spending energy on maintaining appearances, you begin prioritizing activities and relationships that bring you genuine joy. For many, this shift in priorities means spending more time on self-care, personal growth, or simply enjoying quiet moments at home. Some dive into hobbies they never had time for before. Others find joy in reading, nature, or deep reflection. It's about making choices based on what feels right, rather than what's expected. Take Robert, for example. He was once the life of the party, always attending events and keeping his schedule packed with social activities. But as he got older, he realized that he found more peace in solitude, taking long walks, reading books he had put off for years, and enjoying the stillness of life. Instead of forcing himself to visit people just to maintain appearances, he embraced the fact that being alone didn't mean being lonely. It meant having control over his time. This shift in priorities isn't about shutting people out. It's about honoring yourself. It's about understanding that life is too short to spend it doing things out of habit or obligation. Instead, it's about embracing what truly brings you happiness and fulfillment without guilt or pressure. Reason 6. True friendships don't require constant contact. One of the biggest realizations that comes with age is that real friendships don't depend on constant visits or frequent check-ins. When you're younger, it may feel like relationships need regular maintenance, calling, texting, or meeting up often just to stay close. But over time, you learn that true connections are built on something much deeper than physical presence. Life naturally pulls people in different directions. Families grow, responsibilities change, and priorities shift. But the friendships that truly matter don't fade just because you don't see each other all the time. They stand the test of time because they're based on mutual respect, understanding, and an unspoken bond that doesn't require constant reinforcement. Think about the friendships in your life. There are probably people you don't see as often as you once did, Yet when you reconnect, it feels like nothing has changed. You don't need to prove your loyalty by showing up all the time. The connection is already there. On the other hand, you may have had friendships in the past where you spent a lot of time together, yet they lacked real depth or meaning. Take Eleanor, for example. She used to feel guilty for not visiting people as much as she once did, worried that her friendships would fade if she wasn't actively maintaining them. But over time, she realized something important. The people who genuinely cared about her never made her feel bad for not always being around. They understood that life changes. True friendships aren't measured by how often you see each other, but by how you show up when it really matters. That's why so many older adults stop feeling pressured to visit others out of obligation. True friendships don't demand constant presence. They offer comfort, understanding, and a bond that remains strong regardless of time apart. If someone makes you feel guilty for not visiting enough, maybe it's time to ask yourself if that's really the kind of friendship you want to hold on to. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on the 6 key reasons why visiting people less often isn't something to feel guilty about. Life changes, priorities shift, and the way we socialize naturally evolves. Whether it's about conserving your energy for meaningful interactions, avoiding unnecessary stress, embracing the comfort of home, prioritizing quality over quantity in friendships, redefining your personal priorities, or understanding that true connections don't require constant visits. Each of these reasons is a valid and important part of growing older with intention. One of the greatest freedoms that comes with age is the ability to live life on your own terms. You no longer feel the pressure to attend every gathering, force conversations, or visit out of obligation. Instead, you make choices based on what truly brings you joy, peace, and fulfillment. This isn't about being antisocial. It's about being intentional with your time and energy. And the best part? When you do spend time with people, it's because you genuinely want to, not because you feel like you have to. The people who truly matter will understand that friendship and love go beyond physical presence. By focusing on relationships that uplift and fulfill you, you'll find yourself surrounded by the connections that truly make life meaningful. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these reasons resonated with you the most? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Your experiences and insights are important to us. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest content. Your support helps us continue creating videos that inform and inspire. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.